Hello fellow makeup addicts and artists, and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about a really cute little palette called the Sugarplum Fun palette, and it's from Too Faced, and as you can see it's really cute. Got little sugar plum fairies all over the front. So I actually decided to do two looks today. We're just gonna do this quick, really just like casual sort of, like for me this is kind of more along the lines of just like a casual look. And then I'm also gonna do like a sugar plum fairy inspired look that's a little bit more intense, because the palette, here we go, is so cute. And let's see, I think I did some close-ups. Let me add that right now. Okay, great. So as you can see, it is a new mini and it comes in a little set with the eyeshadow primer and the gloss, which we will put on right now. What I have on my lips right now is this Naked Body, and this is the eyeshadow primer that comes with the palette and the lip gloss. And this is actually super cute. It's a lip injection lip gloss, so it's got like that plumping. And the cute thing about it is it's got fairies all over it. It's got fairies all over the cap. So the packaging is so cute, and it's like a peachy with like, let me see if I can swatch it for you. It's kind of like a peachy with like a purpley, glittery, pinky reflect. And I'm just gonna put it on right now while we're talking about it, so you can see. Woo. Okay, and the smell is like, the smell is really good. It's a combination, like I feel like it wants to be a little bit like fruity, but then also has like a slight minty tinge to it, but not like a heady minty. I think it's meant to be more like fruity. So but the color is really cute. It feels very nice on my lips, and it looks really cute. So I kind of wanted to do like a like a warm tone sort of neutral look for you, and then I did sort of more like a flashier glam kind of look, you know, just a little bit fun and artsy and like a sugar plum fairy. I wanted to feel like a sugar plum fairy. So yeah, so the palette is so cute. I love collecting the Too Faced scented line of products because I loved the Blood Sugar palette, how it was like scented, and they came out with more scented lines, and like they do the minis, and they're so cute. So this one has a unique scent. This one it's Sugarplum. So it's got kind of like a fruity, it's kind of like a fruity scent. It's not anything like their, you know, like they have the gingerbread scents and they have like the cinnamon scent. I did the cinnamon bear one. And this is different. I don't think I've smelled anything like this in a while. So I really like this one. Definitely not for the holiday palettes. I think this is like new. So there's like two sort of like shimmers. This one to me is a little bit more of like a topper. We used it right there under the warm peachy just to kind of make it pop when you turn your face and like you're talking to people and they're like, ooh, like kind of, it's a little magnetizing. This Sugarplum shade, so pretty. And then Dancing in Their Heads, Babes in Toyland, Tasty Treat, Nice Technique, Tutu, Tool, which is what I majorly have on my lid, Sugarplum, and Meet Me at the Bar, like the barre. Like I used to do bar classes, like It's basically ballet bar is what it is. So I just think that that's so cute. What I love too about this palette is there's like so much of a variation for a mini. I like that there's like a super, super dark shade. There's neutrals, there's shimmers. I like their minis because they're always like really, really well balanced, the color story, I find. I like having a combination of both mattes and shimmers, and I always, no matter what palette it is, no matter what size it is, I will drop the coin and drop money and buy what I would like to have in my collections if there's a great color story with the diversity. So I would say these are probably this is the lightest shade, that's probably the darkest. I don't know, maybe the shimmer is the lightest. So I like having like a really nice contrast, and with minis, so cute. So I would highly recommend this product. This is starting to feel very, it's starting to feel very cooling. I don't think I've had the lip, it's been like years since I've had the lip injection products, but I do love the smell, and it is, here, I'll put it in the light. It is kind of giving my lips kind of like that plumping sort of feel. So I do like that. I tried this and I didn't notice anything in particularly relevant, but this says it's a 24-hour anti-crease primer. So now that I think about it, the day that I used it and wear tested it, I didn't have any creasing. I just personally like to use a primer that's a little bit more full coverage. This is like it looks like that. It's kind of like a skin moisturizer tint, kind of like feel to it. And it's kind of sheer, like a sheer moisturizer sort of tint. And so I will wear this probably on a little bit more of a natural day, not when I'm doing like heavy glam, sort of really artsy looks. So, but I like it because even on my natural days, I'm gonna be able to bust this out and use it and not crease. I thought Sorcery would be like a nice way to top naked body to still kind of tie into that Sugarplum. See, look at the Sugarplum. This gloss would actually be really, really nice on top of naked body if you didn't like that sort of stinging, minty sort of feeling. So let's see how this one looks. Oh yeah. See, this actually gives it, this gives more of the depth that I had kind of wanted to mimic what I did here on the lid with the peachy tone, and then the Sugarplum was just sort of like this nice, beautiful wash of like this sheer topper glitter. So this kind of gives me the effect on my lips of what I did on my lid. So yeah, so this is really quick and easy, this eye look, so stay tuned, and yeah, thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, so I'm just taking Tasty Treat and blowing that out across the transition / upper crease, bringing this a little bit high up. So I want to make sure I keep this pretty high up there, and I'm just feathering and diffusing and using the same shade under my eyes and softly diffusing that under my eyes. Then I am taking Tulle and I'm patting that very, very gently all across my lid. I love this shade. I'm just kind of blending it into the texture of my skin softly but thoroughly. I want to evenly blend the color out so that it has a nice tone. And I'm just buffing that in very, very lightly into the crease and then underneath my eyes and blending that in really good. Then I am taking New Technique after cleaning my brush and blending that in to the crease and connecting kind of the edges even though they're already blended, but just creating a little bit of depth on the outer edges and in the crease. I do not want this to be like too structured. I kind of want it to be like really, really soft and romantic. So I'm just gonna make sure that I'm blending that in really well. Then I am taking Meet Me at the Barre on my lash line, and I am just blending that into my lash line really good and buffing that underneath my eye and blending out all the outer edges. Then I am taking Dancing in Their Heads and sort of like swiping it very, very lightly across. I really, really love this effect that it gives, and it keeps the product centered. And then I just blend it in and putting that beautiful color right into my inner corner. Then I'm taking Sugarplum and patting that all across that warm peach shade for a duochrome effect, and just patting that in really nicely and softly so I know that it's going to stay and then it has enough color that makes me happy. Then I'm just taking Dancing in Their Heads and then Babes in Toyland in the center, blending that in really well to kind of make that eye area pop a little bit more. Just looks youthful. Then just blending that with a little liner and then popping on some lashes and making sure they are good and on those fairy wings. Then I'm taking a peach liner, and then I'm also buffing in the edges of the shadow liner and the felt tip liner, and just taking whatever's left on the brush and blending it out. And there we go. And this is now our next look here. So the next look is the Sugarplum Fairy look, and I'm creating this very depthy sort of halo eye with a lot of depth, and I want it to be very high contrasting colors with the dark and the light pop, but also I want it to be dramatic in the sense that you have this fierce dark color mixed on top with this super blended out soft blushy shade. So right now I'm just creating the shape and then micro blended that in together, and then now I'm taking Tasty Treat and blending that all across all of the edges and blowing it out a little bit, just very, very softly. These brushes are really amazing for this type of work, and in the inner area because I want it super blended and warm to kind of match my skin tone. Then I decided that it was a little bit too warm. I wanted to take Tutu and just kind of make it a little bit more of a lilac-y tone to it, and that's the nice thing about building something up. Then I'm taking Nice Technique and I'm contouring the edges of the darkness. So you want the darkness to recede, and then you want the light to come more forward to push your eye, bring the eye out with shading and the variance of colors. So yeah, just shading that in and blending it all in and a little bit out, just depending on your eye shape. You just want to create the shadows and mimic the same shadows of your bones. And now I'm taking this product. I'm so obsessed with this product from Louise. It's called Extra Spicy, and it is so beautiful. Look how bright white, like pale pink that is. It's gonna make all of my pale colors pop, pastels. And I'm just creating a shape of like a similar to what like a flashlight going down the top of your head would look. Just creating that the light. And then I'm just keeping it tacky and blending it very, very softly, the edges with my finger, because I want it to be very, very tacky, because I'm going to kind of put like a little bit of Babes in Toyland right there just to blend the edges really softly. And then I'm blending the top edge in. And then I'm taking Sugarplum Fairy color and patting that all across the halo and blending it in really well. It's so pretty, but it's a little bit light. So then I'm blending that in a little bit, blending the edges in a little bit. It was so pale that I wanted to use something a little bit more lilac-y and sparkly. So I'm using this Extreme Frost, and it worked really, really well. And then I'm just tightening it in a little bit more with shadow and bringing that in. And now I'm doing the spotlight with liquid glitter and lilac glitter and creating a nice spotlight of lilac mirrors, bringing light down the center of the eye. And I love the effect, and I just thought it was a little extra and very glam-like. So now I'm just filling in my brows, mascara, and I'm going now underneath and using the same exact colors and the same exact pattern, but I'm using a waterproof liner on my inner corner underneath my eye because I have watery eyeballs. And I'm just blending that in really, really well with a very fine, detailed, pointy brush because I find that it buffs it great, but like at a point. So now I'm taking that same shade and doing the same halo effect. I really liked how it was so eye-popping that I put it in my waterline as well. This works great for that. And I did my lashes with that. So now I'm just bringing it all in a little bit more, and then using the Sugarplum, same thing, same exact thing on the inner and tight line and the waterline, same pattern. And making sure that it's all blended. Now bringing the spotlight underneath as well. And then finishing up the look with lashes and making sure they're on good. Those fairy wings are on good. And yeah, just adding a couple more outer corner lashes on the bottom and tightening up that line. And now doing blush. I really like a stippling type of brush sometimes for certain blush colors that I have. And now I'm just using that Extreme Frost, the lilac color, on my cheekbones and using regular highlighter on my Sugarplum fairy nose. Blending that in. I like to sort of buff it in with my finger. And now I'm using this on my brow arch, same shade, and my inner corner. Now we are going to do Sugarplum lips with the Malibu Beach House color, which is like the most perfect lilac color, matches everything perfectly. And then just blending a lighter shade in the center, Funeral Parlor, and buffing it all in really, really well to make a beautiful pouty look. And voila! Sugarplum fairy look.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I've been all around the world. Every city, every place. Always been a restless girl. But now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home, home. Seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun and spending this summer alone. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. You were only like a friend. Till we met the other day. Didn't want the night to end. And now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. You're stuck inside my mind. Deep inside my
And so this wraps up the Sugarplum Fairy edition of Too Faced Sugarplum Fun. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And as you can see over there, something came in last night that I'm excited about. It's the Natasha Denona Trichrome, so I'm going to be doing that video next. and it's just been a really crazy week. Sorry I didn't put anything out earlier, but I have things coming. And then, you know, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Jeffree just announced his new Blood Money line, so you know I'm going to give that full coverage because that line is just really extensive, so we are gonna have a lot to cover when that comes out, but looking forward to that one. And stay tuned, the next few days after this video I will have that one up. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.